And welcome back to Beyond the A-League. I am your host, as always, Aaron Beggs. On today's show, we are looking at all the results from the Round 4 action from the NPL Victoria and have a preview of the upcoming Round 5 action. And we'll have a quick recap from the NPL Queensland, South Australia and Northern New South Wales competitions, as well as a look at the history of one of Victoria's most well-known clubs from the NPL. So stay tuned after the break when we look back at the Round 4 of the NPL Victoria. And welcome back, and let's kick things off with Friday night's games. And we head to the home of the Matildas, and it was Heidelberg United taking on Preston Lions. And I thought this one would have been a contender for match of the round, but I was painfully wrong as this one ended in a 1-1 draw with Jamal Ali on the score sheet for the home side and Luke Jago scoring for the Lions. Moving on to Frank Holohan Soccer Complex, and we had the home team Dandenong City taking the lead in this one from a George Lombardis goal to take a 1-0 halftime lead. But it was the away team that thoroughly outplayed Dandenong in the second half and scored 3 unanswered goals, with Burkan Kadar, Michael Domfey and Joel Russell all scoring to come out 3-1 winners there. Port Melbourne welcomed Green Gully to JL Murphy Reserve, and the Sharks finally got a win, coming out winners 1-0 with Thomas Alessandratos getting the lonely goal in this one. And the final game from Friday night saw Oakley take on the Melbourne Knights, and it was the home side that come out winners 3-0 with Joe Guest getting a brace, while Alex Salmon got the other goal. Moving on to Saturday games, and at Avenger Park, we had Avondale taking on Melbourne Victory, and it was the home side that well and truly won this one, coming out winners 4-1 with George Ott, Christian Chasevsky both getting goals, and Kerr getting a brace for the visitors. And for the visitors, Jin Ress got the only goal for the victory. Altona Magic hosted Dandenong Thunder on Saturday night, and it was the visitors coming out 1-0 winners, with Wade Decker getting the winner for the Thunder there. And the final game of the round on Monday night saw South Melbourne welcoming St Albans to Lakeside Stadium, and it was what I would say is the upset of the year so far, with the Saints coming away with not just a victory but a decisive victory, running out winners 3-0 with Lucas Burns, Michael Gregich and Joshua Gulevsky all on the score sheet there. If we look at the table so far, we have Avondale in the lead on 12 points, Preston on 8, Oakley, Hume, Heidelberg, Thunder and South Melbourne all on 7 points in a logjam there. St Albans and Altona both on 4. Dandenong City, the Sharks and the Knights all on 3. And rounding out the bottom are Green Gully and the Victory both on 2 points there. My picks for round 4 were Preston, where that was a draw. I picked a draw between Dandenong City and Hume, which I lost there. I won the Sharks, Oakley, Avondale and the Thunder, and I got lost on the South Melbourne game. 4 out of 7, I'm going to say pretty good, considering my New South Wales ones are up the shit. Let's have a look at all of the Round 5 action coming ahead this weekend. And on Friday night, we have Green Gully versus Dandenong City at Green Gully Reserve. Preston Lions versus South Melbourne at Genesis Steel Stadium. Hume City versus Altona Magic at Nassau Stadium. Saturday, we have St Albans versus Avondale at Churchill Reserve. Dandenong Thunder versus Heidelberg United at George Andrews Reserve. And on Sunday, we have two games, Melbourne Victory versus Oakley at Kingston Heath Soccer Complex, and Melbourne Knights versus Port Melbourne Sharks there at Thompson Park. My picks for round 5 are City, South Melbourne, Hume, Avondale United, Victory and the Knights. That's all for the NPL Victoria wrap this week. So stay tuned after the break when I will have a quick recap from the other NPL competitions from around the country, excluding New South Wales, which I do a separate video on, which you can find on this YouTube channel and on the Facebook page. Welcome back, and we'll just take a quick look at the other NPL competitions from around the country. And first off, we'll go to Queensland, where we had round 2 action, and we had the Lions beat the Raw 3-0. Gold Coast United won 2-0 against St George Willawong. Sunshine Coast comprehensively beat the Peninsula Power 3-0. Gold Coast Knights beat the Wolves 2-0. Eastern Suburbs got the better of Brisbane City in a high-scoring match 4-2. And Moreton City beat Brisbane Olympic 2-1. If we look at the top 5 in the NPL after 2 games, we have both Gold Coast teams and Moreton City all on 6 points there, and a logjam on 3 with Lions, Power, Olympic and Sunshine Coast. And moving on to the NPL South Australia, and round 2 got underway on Friday night with the Metro Stars beating Adelaide City 1-0. The Modbury Jets beat Croydon 2-1. The Comets beat Adelaide United 1-0. WT, Bacala and Campbelltown played out a 3-3 draw. Playford City absolutely smacked the Para Hills Knights 8-1, and Adelaide Croatia beat FK Beograd 3-1. If we have a look at the table, we have the Metro Stars and Comets both on 6. Playford, Croatia, Adelaide City, Croydon United and the Jets are all on 3 points. Moving on to round 3 action from the Northern New South Wales NPL. And on Friday night, Adamstown and Maitland played out a 1-1 draw. Edgeworth and the Jaffers was a 0-0 draw. The Western Bears beat Cooks Hill United 4-0. Valentine beat Belmont Swansea 2-1. Hamilton Olympic and Charlestown ended 0-0, and the Magic got the better of New Lambton 4-1. After 3 rounds, the table looks like this. Charlestown on 7, the Magic on 6. Olympic and Edgeworth are both on 5. Belmont, the Bears, Valentine and the Rosebuds and Jaffers are all on 4 points. And that's a wrap for the NPL this week. Join me after the break when I take a look at another one of NPL Victoria's most iconic clubs. Welcome back to part 2 of the episode, and this week's history lesson on iconic Melbourne clubs, or Victorian clubs, we're having a look at Green Gully Soccer Club. Green Gully Soccer Club established itself in 1955 by Maltese immigrants in Melbourne. It has a rich history that reflects its cultural roots and sporting achievements. Initially named Ajax Soccer Club, the club adopted the green and white colours of Malta's Floriana FC. In 1966, after relocating to Green Gully Reserve in Kealba, the club was renamed Green Gully Ajax SC, eventually dropping the Ajax in 1982. In its formative years, Green Gully Soccer Club experienced swift advancement through Victoria's soccer divisions. The club's dedication and skill led to 3 consecutive Victorian State League titles from 81 to 83. This remarkable achievement paved the way for their participation in the NSL from 84 to 1986. During their NSL tenure, Green Gully attracted notable players such as George Campbell from Preston and Scott Fraser. Wait up. In its formative years, Green Gully Soccer Club experienced a swift advancement through Victoria's football divisions. The club's dedication and skill led to 3 consecutive Victorian State League titles from 81 to 83. This remarkable achievement paved the way for the participation in the NSL from 1984 to 1986. During their NSL tenure, Green Gully attracted notable players such as George Campbell from Preston, who originally from Aberdeen, and Scott Fraser, who played for Rangers. Following their NSL stint, Green Gully Soccer Club continued to dominate state-level competitions. The club secured Victorian Premier League championships in 99, 2000, 03, 05, 2010 and 2011, underscoring their consistent excellence. Additionally, Green Gully clinched multiple Doherty Cup victories with wins in 81, 82, 86, 04 and 13. In 2016, most of you would know about their historic FFA Cup triumph when they made national headlines by defeating A-League team Central Coast Mariners 2-1 in the FFA Cup round of 32. This victory marked them as only the second member federation club at the time to eliminate an A-League side, showcasing the club's competitive spirit and capability. The club has been instrumental in nurturing talent with players like Aziz Bihich, advancing. The club has been instrumental in nurturing talent with players like Aziz Bihich, advancing to professional and international levels. Bihich's career trajectory highlights Green Gully's commitment to player development and contribution to the broader football community. As of the 2024 season, Green Gully continues to compete in the NPL Leagues Victoria. The club remains dedicated to fostering homegrown talent with young defender Justin Spiteri, capped at the under-19 level with Malta, exemplifying this commitment. Green Gully's ongoing efforts in community engagement and youth development ensure its enduring legacy in Australian football. Green Gully Soccer Club's journey from a community-based team to a prominent force in Australian football reflects its resilience, dedication and passion for the sport. The club's rich history, marked by significant achievements and contributions to player development, continues to inspire and influence a football landscape in Australia. Now, just a little thing about doing all these history lessons on teams from the NPL, Victoria and New South Wales. I honestly didn't know how many of these teams played in the NSL, especially in the early 80s when I was just a wee little tacker. I didn't know about the NSL when I was born, obviously, and through the 80s, there were so many teams played in the NSL era. And prime example, Green Gully was just another one there. Anyway, that is all I have time for on this NPL Victoria episode, with a couple of NPL leagues thrown in there, which we might do every week because I haven't got enough time to make a video on all of the leagues. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel, Facebook, and all the socials where you can keep up to date. As I said in the New South Wales one yesterday, I will be taking a 4-week break from recording a recap video. There will be preview videos taken out. The recaps are just going to have to wait because I will be on holidays for a month. I'll be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with limited internet on a cruise ship. But stay tuned to all the socials. There will be posts up about the results and everything. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment, all that jazz. Be good to each other, be kind to each other, and I shall see you on Monday of next week with the NPL New South Wales wrap and another look at the history of a football club from this country. Cheers. Thanks for listening, watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.